you learned and experienced a lot with that one deal off the bat. And I'm sure that set you up for, well, just knowing what to do moving forward, but also maybe what you were interested in. It seemed like self-storage piqued your interest at that point, because
Yeah.
I know today you have many, many units. Is that where it all began? You just saw the value in storage versus other assets? Did you move into different assets classes just to try it out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great question. I think at that point I realized storage is just a great lever for making money, but I also realized, man, this takes a lot of effort. So unlike traditional asset classes, it truly works more like a retail store. So you have office hours, people in and out, you have to have phone call and marketing, and you have inventory. So it's a different business. It is truly a business versus a real estate asset. So you get the real estate asset benefits, like the ability to cost segregate or be taxed as rental income, to get the real estate professional designation, but then it operates like a business. So you have elasticity in pricing. I can sell retail items, and there's actual customer service that has to be done. So it's just a different mix. And so I thought at that point, okay, I can keep the one facility that was in North Joplin, Webb City area. I can run my real estate sales company out of Springfield, because at that point I moved back to Springfield, married my wife. So I could sell real estate in Springfield. We could run the Joplin mini storage, but I couldn't take on more mini storages. So we had then accumulated a little over 48 doors of Class B property. So duplexes, triplexes, townhomes, apartment complex, all in the Ozark, South Springfield areas. And I thought that was it. I loved it. Yeah, they never called me. They called my property manager. It was incredible, until I started doing the math on rates of return. And I was like, man, this really sucks compared to storage. So that kind of brought me back. We've since shed most of our multifamily and reinvested into storage again.
Okay, so you did, try it out just to see.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, was the reasoning for that, again, easier to get into those types of deals, just the starting point of the capital needed to find the deals, even compared to storage? There's only so much, there's only so many of those facilities out there that need that kind of improvement, perhaps.
Yep.
Versus single families. There's, just a plethora of those around town that could use improving and value add. Was that just really the main reason? And then later on, you have more access to capital, more contacts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once we made that sale, I couldn't allow that capital to just be dead and sit. So I had to go invest in something. And with storage, it's very easy to spend too much on a facility, right? So a good example is I got an email while we've been sitting here of a deal in northern Missouri. It was built last year, and they're asking 6 times multiplier what I just paid for the facilities I bought here in town. So when you look at it, you go, oh, it's so beautiful, it's brand new, everything's great. And then you really start to dig in. You go, man, someone is going to buy that deal and they are not going to make any money. And they're going to have the headache then of running a business. So I had to make the decision there of like, okay, number one, I can go overpay for storage or build it. Number two, I could put the capital to use in an asset class that was easier to access. So I could continue to grow the capital stack through a more accessible asset. And typically on more accessible assets, I can get better discounts because I can negotiate or whatever it is. So, bought some from you, bought some from other guys, and then started to go direct to owner with the multifamily stuff, and was able to buy, package of duplexes, a small apartment complex, off market completely at a pretty good discount. So I felt good that the capital was being deployed again, but I also was careful to buy that B-class asset that I knew if I needed to sell it to go buy a storage opportunity, I could. And so eventually that's what ended up happening. I had an opportunity to buy a really large facility in a Class A location at a good price, and I was able to sell the North Joplin and a good chunk of the multifamily quickly to then transition the money to the larger facility. And so going back, I still employ that strategy. I love buying value add single families. I love good Class B duplexes, that kind of thing. Because if I ever need to, I can sell them quick, but the capital that's deployed in those areas is earning, a really good rate of return. So, but still doesn't touch storage. That's the thing that's crazy is the returns we earn in storage are significantly higher, but the headache is significantly higher.